Okay, Assalamualaikum. Next topic is the combination of the cluster sampling with stratification. Okay, so for your information, we also can combine the cluster sampling with the stratified sampling. Okay, so usually we use this technique when we deal with a very large population. That which is that the population can be divided into two large subgroup, and then dalam subgroup tu pula we can divide it into another several subgroups. Okay, so maksudnya kat sini, okay, baca kat sini dia kata cluster sampling can be combined with stratified sampling in the sense that the population may be divided into L strata, okay, and a cluster sample can then be selected from each stratum. Okay, first of all, we have large population. We divided the population into several strata, okay, and then dalam strata tersebut we select pula the cluster sample. Okay, we divided the element kepada beberapa cluster pula from each stratum. Okay, so ini dipanggil cluster sampling combined with stratification. So of course lah pengiraan when we want to estimate the mean and so on, the formula will be different. Okay. Alright, so dia punya konsep adalah first kita divide the population into strata and then we select pula beberapa cluster daripada strata tersebut. Okay, so let's say kat sini example from the previous example 8.2 sebelum ni, table 8.1 from the sample of stratum 1. Okay, so contohnya daripada example 8.2 sebelum ni kan, table 8.1 here, let's say kat ini adalah first strata. Dalam this strata, first strata ni ada pula cluster. We have 25 cluster. Actually ada altogether 415 cluster. Right? We have 415 cluster. And then the selected cluster is 25. Okay, capital N is 415 and the selected cluster is 25. Ini untuk strata pertama. Okay, dia kata a smaller neighboring city is taken to be the stratum 2. Okay, ada lagi satu neighboring city will be the stratum 2. So this is the overall cluster actually adalah 168 and the selected cluster is 10. So sekarang kita ada dua strata which is the city, large city. We have two large city which is the strata, dan dalam this large city we have several groups dinamakan cluster pula. Okay, first strata ada 415 cluster, second strata ada 168 cluster. Okay, alright, and then okay, so macam mana formula untuk nak estimate the average, the mean, dan nak cari bound. Okay, so this is the formula. Summation of Ni y bar Ti. Maksudnya ini adalah strata lah ni. First Ni, I ni depends pada strata. First strata sehingga L strata. We need to calculate, we need to multiply these two first. Ni multiply dengan y bar Ti. So macam mana nak cari y bar ni adalah it is, contohnya ini strata pertama. So y bar Ti will be the summation of the y T here divide dengan how many cluster that we have? 25. So Y bar T actually adalah summation of the yi for every strata, kan, total all the observation y for every cluster in each strata divide dengan small n I lah, I untuk every strata. Okay, so for, kalau if we have two strata, so we need to calculate 2 of the y bar t. Okay, so kat bawah ni pula, kat sini sepatutnya macam ni lah, kena ada bracket, means that we need to multiply these two first, baru you total up 2 strata contohnya. Yang ni pun sama. Okay, we need to multiply capital Ni multiply dengan small n bar I, multiply these two first, baru we total up. Okay, so contoh yang tadi, let's say this is the first strata, we have altogether 25 cluster sample. The second strata, we have 10 cluster sample. Okay, kita punya variable adalah income. Okay, kita punya element adalah number of resident. Okay, number of resident. Okay. Okay, this is the formula to find the variance of the mean. Okay, so this formula 1 over capital M square, but if capital M is not known, okay, is unknown, so we can use this to estimate the capital M. Right? Okay, we can use this to estimate the capital M. Okay, sama macam kat bawah ni kan. Okay, and then multiply dengan, okay, here pun kena ada bracket, means that we need to find an I square FPC here, multiply dengan S square, divide dengan N for every strata first, baru we total up. So this is the formula untuk dapatkan S square C. Y bar C tadi adalah Y bar yang ke atas. Inilah. Okay, multiply dengan MI untuk every every cluster. Okay, element for every cluster. Okay, then squarekan. Okay, so maksudnya S square C ni, kalau kita ada 2 strata, kita kena dapatkan S2 of the S square C. If we have 2 strata, so we need S square C1 dan S square C2. Okay, this one berbeza bila kita nak cari this part ke atas ni kan, sebab kita ada 2 strata. Okay, so untuk dapatkan bound macam biasa, bound multiply to equal to 2 multiply square root of the variance of the y bar. To find the 95% confidence interval, so it will be y bar plus minus the value of bound. Okay, ini contoh. Okay, ini lamsam contoh dekat sini. First strata, second strata. Okay, first strata here, second strata here, and then in every strata we select several cluster. Okay, several cluster in every strata. Okay, for the first strata, we select 25 cluster out of 415 cluster. In second strata, we select only 10 cluster in 168 strata. Sorry, 168 cluster. Okay, so in order to find the YC tadi, okay, we need this value, we need the y bar t1 and y bar t2. So it is summation of the yi, summation of the observation here, okay, divide dengan how many cluster sample. Okay, sama juga for this one. So sebab itulah dekat sini dalam your textbook tu, the value-nya adalah 53160. Untuk yang kedua, strata yang kedua, 54700. Okay, this is the way how to find that. Okay, so untuk dapatkan small m bar, sama macam sebelum ni, summation of the mi divide dengan small n. Okay, we need to find this for the both strata. Okay, so we will use this formula untuk dapatkan y bar c. Okay, this formula tadi lah. Okay, capital N1 multiply dengan y bar T1. Okay, for the first strata plus dengan N2 y bar T2 for the second strata. Divide dengan N1 M1 bar for the first strata plus N2 M2 bar for the second strata. Okay. And then untuk dapatkan bound, in order to find bound, we need the variance of this mean. So it is 1 over capital M square. Alright. But if we do not know the total of the capital M, okay, total of the element, we can estimate using this formula tadi. Right, this. Okay, this one lah. Actually yang bawah ni. This one. Okay, to put here. Okay, and then yang ni, this part, we need to multiply this 3 part for the first strata and the second strata. So here yang saya cakap tadi, kita kena cari dulu S square for the first strata dan juga S square for the second strata. So we need this term in order to find the S square. Okay, so last kali you akan dapat this value for y bar c. And then value of S square ni kat sini sebab diguna software terus boleh dapat lah. So kalau nak kira manually, kena kira satu-satu lah. We need this term kan, untuk dapatkan total of this, squarekan dia untuk dapatkan S square C1 dan S square C2. Okay, last kali you akan dapat this variance of the y bar. Okay, nanti boleh cuba. Okay, and then last kali boleh dapatlah nilai bound. Alright. Dan macam biasa, kalau nak dapatkan 95% confidence interval for the mean, for this combination of the cluster dan stratified. Okay, so we can use y bar plus minus bound, this value. So the average income for the two cities combined, two cities ni adalah strata kan, so cities combined is this one. Okay, kita boleh letak value lah, both of the value when we plus y bar plus bound dan y bar minus bound. Okay, So that's all actually untuk combination from of cluster dan juga strata. First thing first, you kena tahu macam mana cara nak combine these two method, which is cluster dan stratified. First, we have the large population. We divided the population into two large strata first, and then dalam strata tu pula kita divided pula the subgroup into cluster, dan kita hanya pilih beberapa cluster sahaja sebagai sampel. Okay, after that baru kita boleh buat estimation untuk okay.